It's all right. Nice to be back again in Hampstead. I always enjoyed Hampstead because, as I have told you, in London, many people who were great spiritual lived in this area. They preferred it to other places. So I believe that many people who live in this area must be also spiritual, must have taken their birth with the idea of achieving their self-realization. It's a very important time when you are born. It's the most important in the history of the universe. You have created a human being to become your spirit. There's nothing in between. If you have intelligence, pure intelligence, you can see through all that. You have to test your intelligence on this. Whatever we think, whatever we conceive, and whatever we try to organize ourselves into, mostly comes from our conditionings, not from the spirit, because we have not touched the spirit. But innately, we have got a sense to know that these are very important times, that there must be something great in the atmosphere, that there are so many people who are seeing. It's something remarkable. I mean, if this misses your attention, that means you are not alert. There are people of all types, all kinds, but seekers of this caliber have been very few. Now, England has its own problems and London has its own peculiarities. Despite the fact I have been in London for about now 8.5 years, I feel that the reception of the truth has been very, very poor. Maybe I am luckier than others. Is the conditioning, again I would say, of another type that prevails the minds. First we had, say about 25 years back, the conditioning of the science. But scientists themselves have refuted it. They themselves have challenged the science. And they themselves know that it's not such a happy affair just to be a scientist. Then comes the intellectuals. The books started pouring in the market. All kinds of books. You can read about everything. Everyone knows about everything. And once you start reading about them, you conceive something. Your conceptions are built about the truth also. The thing you have never seen, the thing you have never felt, you cannot conceive it. It is to be seen. Like I had never seen Hampstead before. And the first idea of my husband was to buy a house in Hampstead. Surprising. I was very happy at that point. So I said, let's go and see. Without seeing it, if I had some conception about it, it would have been wrong. My seeing is different from others, I must say. I like the place immensely. But he, from the point of view, distances and all that, he said it's not good. And naturally, his ideas prevail, doesn't matter. But seeing itself makes you understand. But what is self-realization? It's not only seeing. When you come to Hampstead, you don't see it. You feel it. You feel it. Now many people say you can feel. But the idea of feeling is also quite conditioned. Like, see, some children like to cuddle a little doll. They feel the doll. But God knows how far they feel it. They might be feeling it physically, or emotionally also they might be feeling some sort of a security with the doll. Maybe psychologically they might be deriving some joy out of that doll itself, or maybe the image which has some sort of a attraction of some sort of a thing that is built within their unconscious, that they feel so close to that. But a person who is a realized soul does not feel a doll that way, even if it's a child. It's surprising. You must watch a realized child getting to a doll. It's very surprising. For example, I bought 2 dolls from London for my grandchildren, and they rejected completely. They said, "What sort of dolls these are?" I said, "Why?" "They're unhappy." I said, "They're not unhappy." "No, see their lips. See, the lips of the dolls here is all just like a duck's beak, you see." They said they have resentment. They are angry. They are not realized. That's it. If you are a happy person, the whole get-up of your face changes. And they could see, they could feel it. They rejected, "We don't want these dolls." And then next time when I had to go round the whole place. First of all, they're plastics. So plastics they don't like. They don't like plastics. Somehow realized people don't like plastics automatically. They wouldn't wear plastic clothes, they wouldn't wear nylon clothes, they wouldn't wear mixed clothes. Very difficult. They must have cotton clothes. Even if they have one, they'll wear that the whole day, morning, evening, every time the same thing. You see, it's a different sensitivity which we do not have before realization. They have a different sensitivity. And the coefficients of a doll which emits vibrations, they like. But it's very difficult to get such dolls nowadays, impossible. Because where are these artists who were realized souls who used to make dolls? I've seen they make their own dolls out of something, sometimes my saris they will use or something, and sleep with those. It's something to be understood that after realization, the thing you feel is not what you feel through your heart or through your conditioning, of ages also maybe. Like if you have been living with a woman for many years with blue eyes, then you may like a doll with blue eyes, you may, because you have that image in your head. You may like, or you may have a nanny with blue eyes, you may like a doll like that. It's all psychological, it's conditioning very deeply. But spirit has no conditioning, it's a free thing. What does it feel? It feels the joy of creation, which we cannot. Before realization, we cannot feel. You see, when we see something, where is the joy? Now, for example, if a fussy man comes here, we say, "Oh God, what a thing. I have to take out my shoes and sit like that, and the chairs were horrible, and couldn't say, very uncomfortable, and the color was all white, I couldn't bear it," and I don't know, all sorts of things. The thoughts will start. If you buy something, same thing. If you see something, same thing. There's no joy. You just start thinking. Or if not, to avoid that, you may start a poetry about it. It's sometimes so artificial, some of the poetry, so artificially put there that you can see it clearly that this man is just a sadist, wants to make you cry, like Lord Byron. You can see it so clearly that this man has no sincerity of purpose. He's not sincere. That sincerity you cannot feel unless and until you realize. Because such a poem you won't like at all, whether you understand the language or not. The whole tone of it will emit horrible vibrations. Is absolutely the essence of everything is nothing but vibration. Everything is nothing but vibration. The rest is all zero. We are nothing but our vibrations, which are emitted because we are now connected with the spirit. But otherwise also, whether you are connected with spirit or not, you emit vibrations. But these are the vibrations without the light in it. And you can feel the vibrations of a person out and out. You can feel. Feel how? You can feel on your centers. All your centers become active and you start feeling on your centers. That means all these 5 centers, 6, 7 centers, you start feeling. Even you may not feel in your fingers. Some of us Sahaj yogis may not feel also even today after so many days because their Vishuddhi chakra is very bad. They must have smoked in, I think, 10 lives, you see. And must have been horrible Vishuddhi chakra, and maybe that's why it's all on the myelin sheath of the nerves that you cannot feel it. That's a different point. But you'll feel it on your centers. And the feeling on the center is emitted in your nervous system. And when it comes to it, you feel it on your centers. And you know, you just know. And you know it as vibratory awareness. This vibratory awareness has to grow, no doubt. This sensitivity has to grow, no doubt. But first you must touch it. If it has not even touched, then how can it grow? But we are so conditioned that we take to things which superficially are very appealing. Sahaj Yoga is not like that. It's truth, it's reality. Of course, you cannot pay for reality. I mean, how can you pay? If it is reality, you cannot pay for it. That's one simple thing. You cannot artificially say you realized it. You cannot. Even if you say, there was a girl, I met her in Portugal. She was born. And she wanted to stick on with the Sahaj Yogis because she was very negative. She wanted to disturb Sahaj Yogis. She came to the program. And she told me, oh, I'm feeling very well, mother, I'm feeling vibrations. I just looked at her, I kept quiet because I knew she was not. I didn't say anything, I didn't want to create trouble. But second day when she turned up, I said, why are you telling me lies? No. I said, yes. They are telling me lies. You have to be sensitive. What are you going to be? Say you are mischievous, you are playing into the hands of negative forces. What is your gain? You are the spirit. The spirit is within you. You have to become the spirit, is your own joy, is your own property, is your own self, which is not known. Why not be honest about it and get to it instead of playing tricks with yourself and then playing tricks with other Sahaj Yogis? What's the use? What is the gain? Why are you playing in the hands of satanic force? Why don't you play into the hands of the divine force? She said, no, mother, I'm feeling it. I said, see, don't tell me lies. I know for definite you are not feeling it. And if you are not going to be honest, you are not going to come to my program at all. You have to be honest to yourself. If you are not honest, I am not going to have you here. But this honesty sometimes reaches a very absurd limit. Because honesty is only up to which point you can see. Say you can see the color is white, all right. Up to that you are honest. But if you start saying, I know who has painted and I know who has done the job and I know who's the company and all that, that's not true. So honesty is up to the point you know. Beyond that, if you start saying things because you have read somewhere something or you have heard something, that's wrong. That's not being honest. So we have to have honesty and open-mindedness. You have to be open-minded and honest so that you see for yourself. Because as I told you, it's not like other places where you can just go and become members, nothing. First, you have to get your realization. Secondly, you have to grow it. Those who cannot do will be left out. You can't help it. How far can you go with people? how far can you tell them? You see, there's no binding force. You're completely free to leave it or to take it. If you want to take it, well and good. If you don't want to take it, no one is going to force you at all in this, because you cannot force. You can force a horse to eat, that is possible. But you cannot force any human being to be a realized soul. You cannot. Not only that he has to ask for it, but he has to later on work for it. It's a tremendous thing you are asking for, and it's the greatest thing that you are achieving. It is made easy, I should say. The times are such. It looks easy, but it's not so easy. In Sahaja Yoga, there are more dropouts than sticking people. Naturally. Because you have to be honest. You have to be very honest with him. And you have to give a try. Like in Spain, I met about 5, 6 ladies and 2 men who came to see me. When I came out, I was very reluctant to have anything to do with that. But you see, other Sahaja Yogis were so impressed, I don't know why. Oh, mother, they're so good, you don't know, they came and looked at your photograph and they did this and all that. I said, no, it's all right if you want to try, but somehow I don't think much is going to work out. And they thought they had found such a great bunch of people, you see, who are real Sahaja Yogis of the thing. I said, did you see their vibration? He said, no, mother, we were waiting for you. I said, all right, doesn't matter. We'll have a look at that. And they said, first question they asked, mother, why is it Sahaja Yogis don't smoke? I said, because they don't want to. I mean, is that a question to ask? I mean, if you smoke, is it very normal? I just couldn't understand this question. She said, no, we don't want to lose our freedom of smoking and freedom of drinking. I said, do you think you are free? You are a slave. You can't give up even if you want to. I can free you from that. Or your Kundalini can free you, but you cannot. Even if you want, you cannot give up. But here they just give up. I don't tell them, I never force them. But it just happens. Because if you get the nectar of life, you don't care for other nonsensical things. It's simple as that. But they were so frightened with the Sahaja Yogi style of life, means they don't smoke and drink every night. They said, it's impossible. They gave up. Can you imagine? And the first talk we had. But then we had people, such tremendous characters, came for the program. I was so very happy, extremely happy and joyous. Everybody said, mother, why? They were little sometimes, not so much receptive, maybe according to Sahaja Yogis. But I could feel my vibrations sucked into them, absolutely flowing, the energy just getting into them. And suddenly they said, got it. And tremendous people, very well educated also some of them, but extremely well versed about what we had to achieve. I was surprised. In Spain, there are people who know Sanskrit so well, and about everything about Chaitanya and all that. They know so well. It's most surprising, and I used to think only scholarships exist in England. I was surprised. All of them knew about chakras, they knew about what it means, everything they have sorted it. I said, when did you start? He said, about when we were, I think, 10 years of age. I said, 10 years of age? How? He said, we just couldn't be satisfied with what was the answer is here. Such grown-up people, he said. From 10 years of age, so many of them. And you should have seen the way they were. And they recognize Sahaja Yoga and the tremendous effect it has and the work that it is doing. You will be amazed the way these people behaved towards Sahaja. Then I said, next time, I'm not staying in London, Spain. Really, I tell you. It's the kind of perception. There's no barrier at all in their minds. It's such pure intelligence, sharp. To see this is the thing. Where are we running? You see, and really I felt that 8 years I've wasted in this country. That time, really for a moment, I just felt, oh God. But you know the importance of this country is so great because it's the heart of the universe. I have to labor through it, and such lethargy and such inertia. And explanation, you see, intellectuals have a very good, you see, easy chair way of looking at things. Very easy chair way of looking at things. Easy chair politicians there, you see. Well, it's very interesting. Many times I've heard. It's very interesting, Mother, what you've given us. Very nice, yes. It's very common. But there, for them, it was a heavenly gift because they knew what it was. What's the use of all the scholarship of Lord Byron when you can't recognize Christ? When you can't recognize the truth? What's this education for? I was amazed at these people. They never went to Cambridge and they were not Oxbridges. Most surprising, And they were people, great intelligence, very well versed, and in Spain. Can you imagine? Same, I will say, of Italy. Italians are supposed to be very dishonest, this, that I've heard. Nobody was dishonest with me, as far as I'm concerned. Very upright, straightforward, and tremendous people. Just by photograph, convince them. Isn't the face shows? They hate the Pope, they hate the papal things, they know all about Pope, everything they know. They have sorted out everything. But to know so much about chakras and things, I was amazed. They knew about Tantrism, they knew that Hitler used Tantrika, they knew that Hitler used all these things. Actually, they told me, so I was amazed how did they know. I dare not say this before, because everyone who is following all these Tantrikas would have been angry with me, but that's what Hitler did. And so much they knew. One of the boys was just you can call him a hippie or whatever you may. He went on the street shouting, "Oh, Mother has come now, the Mother has come, the Holy Mother has come, what are you doing? Come along to the program." He was shouting on the street like Eureka. And a learned man in the real sense of the word. It's such a pleasure to talk to them. See, such a pleasure, I tell you. I think it's time that English should come down a little. Really. Australia, again, just look at Australians. They are supposed to be convinced. Supposed to be. I can't understand. You see, this high-handedness, or we can call it condescendingly, to watch something is not proper. Is not proper. You must come down in humility. Otherwise things will not work out, I can tell you. You have to humble down. You see, you have, all right. We have Hampstead, so what? We have Blake, so what? What have we done to Blake? Can you understand? Do you know who he was? Do you know what he wanted to say? What he wanted to communicate? Even in his program where I went to see his beautiful paintings, people were watching how many nude women and nude men he has produced. With all this and this level, I just couldn't understand it. You must understand holiness. You must understand auspiciousness. You must understand sublime things. Something great that is beyond just now, but is within your reach because you are sublime. You are not a low-level animal. You are sublime. You are the spirit. Unless and until you really assume that situation with that pride and glory. To God, you are nothing. You are just zero, useless. And this is what I find always. New people come in, even in your Hampstead, Malta, and they just disappear. You see, it's like one lecture is free, all right, let's go and see Mother, that's all. All these experiences, even in a country like Portugal. The way people have done, Sahaja Yoga is remarkable. I go there for 3 days only. Only for 3 days in a year. I must have gone there only twice so far. Look at them. Young people taken up responsibility, working it out for their country. So must they understand of auspiciousness. How have we lost all that sense of holiness and auspiciousness? We are running after people who are collecting money from you, giving you a circus. How can? How can you not find out that this is not the truth? That you have to be the truth? That you are something great? Why can't we assume that situation? We are not our ego. No, we are not. We are the spirit, the sublime, the great. And that's what I find. Many new people come in, then they disappear, then they come after 10 days, then after they come after 1 month, they have this problem, that problem. Why not grow? When are we going to grow? When are we going to become fully that? Time is very short, my children. Time is very, very short. Believe me. Some people advise me, Mother, you have to be very strict and all that. I don't know how a mother could be strict. What should I do? Because, you see, you cannot force it on anyone. You see, the problem, my helplessness is, I cannot force it on you. This is a big problem. You must understand this. You are seekers. You are seekers of very great times. Born in this great country of yours, but so much conditioned. This is for you to take it within yourself what you are and to achieve that. This is something cannot be forced. I cannot mischievously do something or cleverly do something or cunningly say something to convince you. It is not that. It is something that has to happen within you. That you have to be something more than what you are. Is that concern of mine? Because it's my job. That keeps me here. You must know your real self, which is seeking the truth. It will never be satisfied with all these monkey tricks that people are indulging into. It's no monkey tricks. You don't become a monkey, like dancing, jumping, singing. This is not the thing. In your awareness, in your central nervous system, you should feel the presence of your spirit. That's it. If you have discarded Christianity, like some people write to me, Mother, I have many problems. First begins with Christianity. Where do you land? Even if you discard Christianity, you can't do without Christ. Christ is there. I mean, Christ is our soul. We cannot do without Him. Then you come into another thing. Then you fall into another trap. Then fall into another trap. You miss the essence of it every time you fall into these peripheries. Essence is in the center of it. And that center is within you, is your spirit. You may ask me 100 questions, I'll give you 200 answers. Makes no difference at all, I tell you. It is of no weight, of no availability to you of any goodness out there. Believe, you have to be what you are. Unless and until that happens and you establish it within yourself, it's such a waste of life, waste of this creation. Everything I feel wasted. So I have to request you again and again. Of course, in London now there are some very great surgeons, no doubt. We have. But the way it has been progressing, if I were in any other country, I tell you, things would have been very different. I can assure you this. Any other country. America, I've been there only once. Can you believe it? Long time back, that too for about 4 or 5 days. And this time when I went, I was hardly in any place for more than 3 days. Say, Houston, hardly for 3 days, and how many people there are? I mean, you don't know. Ask him, he'll tell you. What's wrong with us? Let's see. I just can't understand. Why we can't grow? Why can't we give up our conditionings easily and take to truth and get into it? We don't understand. Is it the importance of this time, the vital nature of this happening? Or have we lost that sense of seriousness, where an emergency of this kind has arisen today, which we don't feel or fathom, or we just think that it's just a joke going on, or our life we treat is just like a joke or a frivolous thing. What is it? I still can't understand. What stops that growth? Beyond me. The land is fertile, you know. I have not sown my seeds in a wrong land. I know that. But it doesn't grow. It doesn't grow. It doesn't take shape. What's the matter? Today, there are new people. I'm happy to know that I have to make a humble request to all of you. If you have to come to Sahaja Yoga, you have to be people who have to understand that reality is not a joke. It's not a frivolous thing. You have to become a realized soul, and you have to grow in the light of that realization. And you have to master this art. We need now masters all over. Not that somebody else is your master, but you become your own master. Such people are needed to channelize the energy of God. I'm sure Warren must have told you all about it. He's another great character I am very proud of him. The way he feels responsible for the whole world, the way he came down, he sacrificed so much. I mean, I don't need any money from anything as such. But even money-wise, I'm sure he must have done something. I don't know, because I've never taken any money from him as such. But even there, I'm sure. He established an ashram, he established people, he got them, he worked it out. I mean, it's remarkable, and how people followed him, seeing him the way he is. He doesn't have any private life left except for to enjoy this privacy of the spirit with others. And if you see his background, he'll tell you that he knew he was a seeker, but in the seeking he committed so many mistakes. But look at his sensitivity. He knows where the Kundalini is, he knows how to correct it, and not him, but most of the people from Australia know it so well. It's nothing mundane. It would be very sad and unhappy if you people get your realization and lose it and do not develop into it. I don't know what would be the category of such people whom God has given the light and they didn't give light to anyone. I don't know. What should be the position? Today I am rather concerned, very much concerned, because I have come back from these 3 countries. I was amazed. France, tremendous. French people, I used to always say that these les miserables and all that. Nothing of the kind, you know. There's a priest who got his realization. He formed an association called Saving the People from Gurus. Very clever. And he's a priest still, see. But he is a surgeon. Out and out. And what he does, those people who go to him and tell against Christianity, he said, why don't you go to Sahaja? Anybody whom he saves, he sends them to Sahaja. All that. But the other day he said, Mother, why should we have Pope anymore? And he stays in the church and works for Sahaja. Can you beat that? Because he thinks he has to save people who are misled. He does that. We have people of that caliber. Another one we met, another one, very great one, in Portugal. He told me that the TM gentleman wanted to establish his kingdom in Portugal. He's bought a very big land and all that. And he told me all the secrets. He said, I am going to talk to the people who are in charge here. They are sensible. I said, really? Are you sure? I said, if you go and talk to anybody here in Mintmore, they'll not listen. They are very satisfied with the yards of black suits they are wearing. And with the so-called idea of sitting on a gold-gilded chair. See, all that stupidity. I said, no, not in Portugal. They're very sensible people. They realize it. I'm going to talk to them. Because they are all suffering so early, only 3 years they have been doing. They are all suffering on the left side. Their ears are finished, somebody's eyes are finished, somebody's problem is on the left side, somebody has a problem in the left void and all that. I cured, of course. But they said all of us are suffering. That means they are very sensitive also to suffer so fast. And they are realizing, they are reaching all of them, even their administrators and everybody is realizing that there is some sort of a nonsense going on in this team. Just imagine. When I went back, so transformed and changed. The one gentleman had an eye like this, it's all opened out, equally the same, everything face so transformed. I said, I can't recognize the way you are changed. Such a short time, in 8 days. They worked it out. Portugal is a country known for its escape nowadays. There are nobody we should call the real Portuguese have run away from that country. They are settled in Brazil, Spain. People have not much hopes from Spain politically. It's a hopeless country, they say. Italy is the worst of all. They have mafia. And in that mire, these beautiful lotuses to see. What a joy it was. What a joy. Can't imagine. Even our ambassador in Spain said, the people here are very different. He said, I talked to some people, they said, when she's coming, you have to call us. I said, next year you have a big program. This year, let's have only the Indians. But next year, of course, you can go. See, all of them here want to have realization. All big people, eminent people, you just come next year and you'll see all of them. Here, do you think anybody? An ambassador, can you imagine? I can't think. Very funny people. I met a very big man once in a dinner party where one of the Sir Jogis is the chairman of the Hague High Court, of course an Indian, Dr. Nagen Singh. And he told that gentleman that this lady is a very well-known spiritual leader of India and she has given realization to many and she has given realization to me also. He looked at me and he said, no, I am also a realized soul. He said, Christ has given me realization. It's Christ who is going to give me. So Nagan Singh in Hindi says, there are no vibrations, the Kundalini is frozen. And this one is saying, how can Christ give him realization? I said, this is the escape, because Christ is known. Of course Christ gives him, but where is Christ? Within himself. So he asked him, where is Christ within yourself? That Christ knows himself. He said, I didn't know these people are such buffoons. Really? These were his words. My husband then couldn't bear it anymore, you see. He said, now forget it. See, such a blind man. I mean, in India, people may not get realization, may not, but they know what is realization. They know who's to do. I must say. Whether they are ambassadors or presidents make no difference. You know that definitely. Even President of India, say, if he sees me, he doesn't sit down. He stands. They have that sense. That basic humility is missing. That's why we take to people who pamper our ego. We take to people who are nonsensical. We take to people who befool us. Only the egoistical can be befooled. If you are not egoistical, no one can befool. How do you befool a person? By pampering the ego. So one has to understand that unless and until we develop that basic humility within ourselves, we are not going to do very well in England. It's for all the Sahaja Yogis as well as for people who have come. It's a very, very serious problem, and you are placed in the most vital parts of the universe, that is this England. That's the heart. And if you now, anyway, escape your responsibility, you will be held responsible. I'm telling you now very strongly, because today I had big lectures from people saying that, Mother, you don't say things strongly and people are to be frightened. I don't want to frighten you, but you will be held responsible. Take it from me. You are born on this earth, on this great land, for a very great purpose, to create Jerusalem out of this. And now if you are not going to stand up, you will be held responsible. This is what it is. It's a tremendous work one has to do, for which you must prepare yourself. Get to it. I can give you realization, that's all. But I can't give you strength. I mean, you can't make the horse stand up on his four legs. Okay? It's a very, very desperate situation sometimes, the way things happen. After all, you must know that my coming here has some meaning of it. I didn't come here because I chose to come. In the way people, the gurus walk into your country, I came here because something was done spontaneously. I had to stay here. I had to work for you. I had to implore you and request you and tell you in every way possible your responsibility. But then you don't tell me, because I have not failed in my duties as far as I am concerned. Of that I am very sure. But now I leave it to you, because I may not be here next year. What can you say? Depends on the moods. But we have to see what you are going to do for the whole world, for the whole emancipation of the human. First you have to find your own beauty, and you have to give this beauty to others. This is the greatest artist's job you have to do as a great master of art in divine life. You have to become divine. It's you who has to become divine. You don't worry about me. I don't have to achieve anything. See, that's the only problem. I don't have to achieve it. I have to only achieve you people. I have to only have ways and methods by which I could really make you grow. All that is possible, I will do. But you must stand up on your legs, must ask. It's a big problem. Not for others, for me, because others have no such problem. They don't want to stand on your legs, they want you to crawl and they want you to disappear. This is a different thing. I want you to grow. Not because I want, but divine wants it. The whole creation wants it. Otherwise it will have no meaning. So the responsibility of English Sahaja Yogis, British Sahaja Yogis is very great. Again and again I have requested, and I have told you in whatever way possible, that establish yourself. You are lacking behind. I can tell you Spanish people will have to come and teach you Sahaja Yoga. Already we have got somebody from Australia to teach that. You give up your old ideas and conditioning. Every Saturday, Sunday, must you go out of the country, out of London? London is your place where you have to go. Unless and until you take it up upon yourself, it's not going to work out. Some people have to do. Someone. I am looking out for such people, for whom this is their desire. We talk of big things, if you talk to anyone, I see In big parties they talk, oh, what's this, and we must become peaceful countries, we must do this and that must happen. And even if you listen to the lecture of our great President of America, you see, you find, oh God, some angel is speaking or what? Like an angel, you see, they speak. Angelic, prophetic, such big words I can't understand. Even it won't come into the mouth of God himself, but the way people talk, ultimately what remains is nothing. So let us be that, what we talk. We can be. We all can be. It's very simple. You have to decide. You have to really decide. The time has come. I just pray, may God give you strength to stand with the truth. It's not difficult. It's very joy-giving. But stand with it. Grow with it. That's what you are. Thank you. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me. And we should have realization. Hello. What's that? What's that here? Right Swadhisthana. She's showing right Swadhisthana. No. No. Now we take this one. इसको देखो हाथ से. They are fighting. They are fighting, see? Working it out. They are all fighting. How is your child, Graham? That same thing? Your Agya? Have you brought her? All right, on my way back, if we have time, I'll go for it. See you. That child is fighting. What sufferings from the very beginning of life. That house also, I think, has problems. No question? Are there any questions, please? It's difficult to find.
I'm wondering whether I should try to find work here in England. Or you understand what I said?
You are English?
No, Holland.
You are?
Holland.
Holland?
Yes.
Oh, we need people in Holland.
Yeah.
I haven't yet touched it.
Excuse me?
I haven't yet touched Holland. I haven't been there. I went there once, long time back. Oh, we have to touch Holland. There are lots of seekers, no doubt, but drinking too much.
Excuse me?
Yeah? They drink too much, they told me, like Scotland. See? Chana. All right, you eat chana. And we have to look after them. No doubt. There are lots of seekers. Mislaid, there are. In Holland, we have one great soul. He's a young boy of 16 years, I think. Kareem, his name. They asked him about his father, mother, and he said, my father is just like other fathers. I said, really? What does he do? In the daytime, he drinks beer. In the night, he drinks whiskey. I said, really? All fathers do that, mother. And what about the children? Some of us, our friends, we meditate, but most of them also are drinking beer. When he was 12 years, he first came. I think 12 or 8 years he came here, I think. Yes, and he must be 16 now. Yes. Wonderful man. He's growing up there. I told him to gather more people who think like him. He might. He's a great person. His mother is French and father is this thing and divorced and another mother, all kinds of problems. No, would be better in Holland, no doubt. But you get your realization, you settle down here, and we must start a center in Holland, and next year I'm coming down there. All right? Holland is one place I've not been. I didn't go to Austria. Now we have a very powerful Sergiogi there, so I'm going this year. The few countries I have not tackled. We should not go away from our country. We should work there. That's the place we have to work, whatever is the condition. Switzerland now doing very well. Switzerland is doing so well. Those who were committing suicide are now coming to surgery. I am doing very well. I said, the way you are doing suicide, if you can do Sahaja Yoga even once, it will be all right. Because they did a perfect job, always, with their suicidal things. You know, they used to plan it out so well, the suicide, in such a way, I mean, that it would not create any problems for anyone, sort of thing. They used to think about it all the time, how to commit suicide, you see, and very great planning. But look at Switzerland. It's a challenge to all of you. No, it's a good idea. You get your Sahaja Yoga here, settle down, master it, and go to Holland. You will be the one of the. I gave once a realization to one Mr. called August Steger. He was the chairman of one of your very big companies. He was a very big man, no doubt. But he told me that I cannot talk about to anyone. They'll think I've gone crazy. And he died. He was a very old man when I met him. He was about 80 years of age when I first met him. A very great seeker he was. Very great seeker. Holland, I'll definitely come. And now we have reached Brussels also. So in Brussels and Holland, we can do it, isn't it? From Brussels, it is easier to go to Amsterdam. Where will you be in Holland?
I have no place in Holland.
Huh?
I have no place in Holland at the moment.
But you will be placed in Holland?
I have,
Yes, you should.
if I go back, I have to.
You should. You should. You see, I would request you. Once you become a Sahaja Yogi, you should go there. I will send some people to help you also. There's somebody very powerful in Brussels, very powerful in Brussels. He will help you, very powerful. You remember that Rajneesh fellow who came? Oh, he's so powerful. You must see that. He brought about 10 people from Brussels to Lille. Can you imagine? He's already started his own center. We can only work in the democratic countries, isn't it? And I think Holland is very important. And who is there is Dr. Narayan Singh himself is there in Holland. He's in Hague. He's in Hague. He's the chairman of your World Court. इनको बाहर ले जाइए इधर देखिए चल कैसे look what huh? Anand. Anand. This is Anand. Anand. And this is Shonu. 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 Say Shonu. He's a real joker, I tell you. What makes you laugh so much, Olympia? All right, now sit down. You sit down there. Sit down. All right, be a nice girl, all right? Now sit down. Now, yes, we have to raise the kundalini. Come along, come along, come along, come along. Come along now. How is she, Bagdan? Better? She's better. How is the baby from Australia? Is he all right? Is he all right? Much better now. I'm sorry that day you had gone away. I wanted to see the baby. What? Huh? Huh? Hop. Hop. Up, up. Hop. Hop. Now, hop, hop. Come, come. Anna, come, come. Still. Huh? Dadi Amma. Give her some chana. Give her some chana. Give her some chana. All right. Go and give her some chana. All right, take this one. You give it. I told you to give her. All right, let's have it. All right. See how cheerful they are. How cheerful. All right. Now we are going to keep quiet. Sit down. Yeah, sit down. All of us are going to sit down. All right. Sit down. Come here. Come here. Sit down. Oh, sit down. You sit down. Olympia, you sit down. All right. Sit down. All right. Be a nice girl. Now. It's all right. Let her be. She's not well. Come. She's still little. All right. She'll come. She's still come. She can't live. She can't enjoy herself. That's what it is. Everybody must enjoy. All right. Now close your eyes, please. Just close your eyes. Put both your feet on the ground. Now, take out your shoes.